Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich as Egypt. Let us continue on for last left off. So, we are getting our casus belli against Abyssinia. So very soon we will be able to take them. I can't imagine it's going to be a difficult war. I think this is basically all of their troops. These like 12 divisions. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 2 somewhere that we don't see. Probably just on the border with like Middle Africa. But it shouldn't be a difficult war in the slightest. You can just deploy onto this guy. I'm not too sure what's going to happen after this though. Like, it'd be nice to get Kurdistan into the Cairo Pact. And then we're probably also going to try to take over the Suez Canal, and we'll see what kind of happens after that. But I don't imagine this series is going to be lasting too much longer. Like, maybe 3 more episodes max, just because we've done the main thing as Egypt. So expert focus, ship designer. I don't really think any of these guys are really super important. India's at war with a bunch of people. Let's deploy these guys back up into the north. And I'm assuming he's probably going to go on the border with Saudi Arabia. I mean, we could just like justify a war goal. We cannot because we need to get up to 75%. But as soon as the second Wild Creek happens, we will definitely get up there. And I'm sure that's going to happen sooner rather than later. Where is... Because it's what? June 14th. Is the earliest that they can actually start trying to do the focus. So we'll see what happens. Again, I don't think we're going to necessarily get involved. I don't really see a way that we would be able to enter. Other than trying to take over the Suez Canal and Germany saying no. Which would suck. But, you know, it is what it is. Do we need to do any of these decisions? I don't think that we do. Morocco, we can't do anything because they are not independent. And it's strange because I don't think there's any way for Morocco to ever be independent. The only way they can actually be independent is if Germany capitulates and the Reichspakt is broken up. And then Morocco, I believe... I think theoretically they could join, but they wouldn't be at peace. So it's a very specific, like, Germany needs to lose the war to probably France, the Commune, and then the Commune needs to die so that Morocco's at peace again, and then they can join our pact, which is a very narrow set of decisions there, and I don't really know how likely that really is to actually come about. So we are now going to side with the Republic of Iran, because we want to get Kurdistan into our alliance. We can now declare war on you. We're going to call in Somalia as well. Just create a nice 2-front war. I mean, I'm sure Somalia is probably going to call in like Iran and all of our other allies, but nothing really to worry about here. So really, Cavalry Division, you're going to move straight to Addis Ababa. We got Cavalry Division here. You're also going to move straight into Asmara. You guys are going to push your way down here. You're going to go here. And I think that's really about it. And also we got some troops. Fantastic. 1 free division already in Ethiopia. You're also just going to go here. Push your way down to the coastline. Seems pretty good. And I guess the rest of you are just going to try to push your way in. Just to more or less distract the Ethiopian army so that our cavalry divisions can just walk straight to the capital. And that's really about it. So this is going to get us straight up to a nice 24 stack. We need more supplies. We still need like 2,000 rifles, which it would be nice to get. And the steel's actually, we're actually fine on that. The steel's mostly just for ships. And the Egyptian Navy is not really that important, I would say, in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, we're basically have to take the capital, like, right away. Is there any other major cities? Yeah, Gondor is the next major city. So you go here, go straight up to Gondor. Somalia seems like they're doing some good work as well, which is nice. Actually, no, Cavalry Division, you also go to Gondor. I think as soon as those 2 cities are fallen, that's basically the end of Abyssinia. Okay, we built a new synagogue. How long will it take for you to get there? It's going to take you 9 days to actually get to Gondor. You're already in Gondor. And you'll be there in 3 days. So I think in 3 days, the war is already going to be over, and we just annex the entire country, which is pretty good for us. So, modify the government. Might as well. Now we gotta start training up a brand new army. You can be led by this dude. You can be the Red Army. And for now, you can be on the border with Turkey, even though I don't think there's any... Actually, no, don't be on the border. Be on the border with the Suez Canal here. You never know what's going to happen. So it's been 18 days, so just under 3 weeks. And Abyssinia is going to capitulate. So, works out well for me. Pass a bunch, take all states. Thank you, Abyssinia, for being very kind to us. We'll return Somalia back their lands. And that did not take very long. It was actually very easy. So we can beat up Eritrea and Ethiopia. I think we just might want to keep occupation. I mean, is there any resources there that we want to keep? The answer is no. Eritrea would have 2 military factories, I think. 2 civilian factories. So you know what? We'll release Eritrea under a friendly government. And then I guess we'll also probably just release Ethiopia as well. They're not really worth that much. Also create a nice Ethiopian state. Fantastic. I think you're led by the same dude, right? You were in charge before. So I don't know if anything's really effectively changed too much, but, you know, it is what it is. Again, this steel is just for... Actually, do my subjects have it? No, yeah, they just have like 2 rubber. Which is not that impressive. We can also upgrade our artillery pieces, not into motorized, into artillery pieces. Thank you very much. And we just need steel. So you know what? France, give me a little bit more steel. National War on Central America, which is fine. I will see if they actually join any of the factions, but I'm not too sure they will. American Union State's definitely going to die. TSA, I'm going to go and say they're going to be the winners in the American Civil War. And you have like a pretty decent sized army right now. The Cairo Pact is looking pretty good. And yeah, we weren't even close to finishing up this. I thought we'd at least get like 1 or 2 of the focuses done while we were at war with Ethiopia, but apparently not. By MMA, death of Howard Carter. Yeah, no, that's fine. You're claiming this to us at 21-14. That's actually a very, very short focus tree. It'll be done before we would even get Kurdish allies finished. So I think we'll just go try to get this to us as soon as possible. But Germany does not exist. German government exile does not exist. Wait, what does this actually do? Because this only happens after France has already won. So I guess we'll just try to take it by force as soon as the second Weltkrieg begins. We'll probably just do still reclaiming the Suez right away, just because it's against 21-day focus. It'll be done pretty early. 2. That's fine. Don't worry about it. We can nest the new lands, getting 4 civilian factories, which would be really nice. Dockyards. We have 3 naval dockyards is nice as well, but not like the greatest. Okay, Mongolia has ended their war. I'm assuming the defending government did win. And that's okay. Let's get you. Might as well be on the Red Army as well. You're at war with a bunch of people. Okay. Iran. 4 days, we will be close allies. I don't know if this does anything This will keep them divided. All it does is just reduce their stability. Maybe there'll be an event or something that'll fire, but I'm not too sure. We don't know when they're... I mean, we do know. There's going to be like two or three more months. And then we should be able to try to take the Suez back from the Germans. But before that, we'll definitely try to get Kurdistan under our control. How many troops do you have, Kurdistan? Absolutely 0. You have 3 civilian factories and like 3,000 manpower, so you're not looking too hot. I mean, nobody in my faction really is. We're all kind of garbage. But that's okay. I mean, the Reichspakt, Middle Africa is down here. They are a little bit dangerous, because if Germany refuses, it'll be difficult to go to war with them, because we'll have to go to war with Middle Africa. 21 out of 29 divisions. I mean, we'd probably be like a pretty good distraction for them, to be fair. But we will, we'll have to see. I don't think Turkey's going to do anything anymore. Iran, can you claim more territory? I mean, you have your claims on Iraq. I don't think you're going to try to push them, though, unfortunately. I think you'd have to justify, because you get the claims, but you do not get the casus belli against it. You'd have to manually justify the CB, which is a little bit strange, I will admit. Let's first get Kurdistan into our faction. Saudi Arabia has 100% stability. So I'm not too sure a negative 10% stability is really going to affect them that much. It might effectively do nothing at all. Is there anybody else we can change? Political power gain. I don't think we can change you, though. You're kind of garbage. Your political power gain and trade opinion modifier. Is there really nobody here who's actually any good? You're alright. Stability and power gain. I mean, there could be somebody a little bit better than that, because you're better, I think. Preserve agriculture, lead the people to 5% less resistance growth. Not that I think that matters too much. Replace you, get a little bit more stability out of it. You were research and decryption. I think we already put you into power in the first place. I'm not too worried about changing you. Market liberals, social conservatives. I mean, you're alright. Research speed, factory output, construction speed. Refinery construction speed doesn't matter too much. The cap is nice. Resource gain is not super important, though. I think you're better. I'll put you in charge. And we will soon be... I think as soon as Kurdistan's in our alliance... I mean, it just basically makes a unified front line with Iran, so we're not kind of split off. Because the only way for us to get to Iran would be to go all the way through the Gulf of Aden, around Oman, and into one of the Iranian ports. Which is a little bit too far. Having Kurdistan in our faction at least means that we have some sort of contingency. Or continuity, I guess, would be the more correct word. Got two new units. Might as well put them straight onto red. I mean, do we need 5 divisions guarding the Suez Canal? Probably not. I will admit. How many guys do you have? You have 5 divisions. Turkey is 10 to 19. I mean, we could theoretically just wait until we have world tension high enough and we just like start attacking more people. Putting the entirety of the Middle East under our control. Recognize the Amirati. Responsibility, or you know what, sure, you know, we can respect their freedom of religion. For now. We'll see how our minds change in the future. Oh wait, Middle Africa has actually just not capitulated. They've broken apart into a million tiny pieces, which I'm surprised by. I thought that only happened under Goring, but I guess not. Okay, so Middle Africa has collapsed. So, I mean, that's good for us, because if we do go to war with Germany or the Suez Canal, we don't have to worry about a massive German power to our south. And are you guys going to do anything about Austria? I don't believe so. I mean, they could, but I don't know how likely that actually is. We got construction too. Let's go for just more cap. I mean, Germany's looking pretty good. You're part of the International, which is just going to be another front line for Sweden. How many men do you have? 10 to 14 against 16 and 28. I mean, I'm hoping that Germany just gives up the Suez Canal. That'd be quite nice for us. Offer of friendships from the Albanians. Conflict ties for the expanded influence of the world stage. Albanians have approached us for Albanian-Egyptian relations. Seeing as the royal family has Albanian origins, and the fact that Albania is a Muslim nation, sure. Why not? I mean, will you actually join my faction? I don't think they would, but it'd be kind of fun if they did. I mean, can they actually do that? You know, Ukraine's declared war on Ukraine. Khrushchev, I don't put high hopes into you. You have like 7 divisions, and Ukraine, I think, has like 35. So you're probably very dead. Especially since I think all of the Reichspakt can immediately get called into this war. You stand no chance. You are the most dead anybody has ever been. But in 5 days, we'll have Kurdish allies. Days until you are ready. We could also do some more reforms still, but France should soon, probably have some modern equipment, start justifying their war against the Germans, because it is June 14th, right? Yes. So they'll probably be getting that soon. You're only a 14-day focus, so let's go for some bureaucracy reforms. Reform. Thank you, Kurdistan, for joining with us, even though you have literally no troops. That's okay. I'm going to assume Iran can probably defend itself against Saudi Arabia. If a war somehow were to break out, even though I don't think they can. I mean, they could. They could technically attack us first, which seems like a kind of like a bad thing to do, but probably a little bit risky, to say the least. You guys can deploy onto bread. You can go up to the far north. That is a-okay. I mean, if we were to go to war with Germany over the Suez Canal, where would we actually have to strike? I don't know. All we could really do is just put troops into France itself. I mean, Morocco. Belgrade Pact probably not going to go to war. I don't know. It's interesting. We'll see in the future. You've joined in a faction with the Qing, even though I don't believe you have a common border, so there's no way you can actually really support each other. But that's okay. We need aluminum for planes, right? Right now we have an air force of 84 planes. That's not 0. Now fly over Arabia. We're at 64%. We'll still need to get to 75. And that should happen as soon as the Weltkrieg begins. Okay, let's modify our government. Ship designer. Maybe? I mean, what ship are we even making right now? We're making light ship hulls. So, you know what? Sure, light ship. Which I'm going to assume is a destroyer? And another stability. There's a bunch of wars going on in Africa right now. And now that we're not at war, we're actually starting to develop a pretty decently sized army. Probably a lot of them are these like kind of garbage militia troops we have, but that's okay. kind of garbage troops are better than having no troops. Like, if we had this many men when we started our war against the Ottomans, oh, it would have been a cakewalk. It would have been so easy. Your job is going to be push your way into Turkey. And it's July. You guys are not doing it quite yet. So we still have time. Let's do parliamentary reform. How long is this going to take, though? Because I don't think we have any claims on your territory, do we? No, Iran does. Iran could theoretically, I think, when we hit 75, also start justifying against Saudi Arabia. And we'll see if they do it. Because they'll definitely justify faster than we could. Because they actually have claims, and I have nothing. And I don't believe we can get more claims. Norway has joined the Entente. Yeah, like, it just doesn't do anything, which I find very strange. Like, I thought it would give us, like, a claim or some ability to actually divide Saudi Arabia amongst itself, but no. Doesn't actually change anything there. But I think it's going to be a good time to end this episode here. So thanks everyone for watching my Anthem. If you enjoyed, run a thumbs up. If not enjoyed, please thumbs down. Want to subscribe, and goodbye.